Hey everyone, my name is Kumo and this is my reaction to the second episode of Mahoutsukai no Yome, or The Magician's Bride. So, last time, we had Ellis, in a very dramatic fashion, buy Chisa at the slave market for like 5 million pounds, I think. Definitely a pretty penny. And he brought her home, stripped her, gave her a bath, where she was flirted with and by some fairies who tried to seduce her back to their place. That was in the middle of the forest, though in the end she decided not to go. And soon after that, she got kind of a info bomb where Elias tells her that he has plans for her to become his bride, which we were already well aware of that because of the title. But Chisa, she's inside that fourth wall, so she was not aware of that. So the episode kind of ended before we could really hear her thoughts on the subject, but we'll probably get that this episode. So the only way to find out for sure is to watch the episode, so let's do that. As usual, there'll be no audio footage of the anime used in the reaction for copyright reasons. There is a timer in the upper left-hand corner, and subs below me to help you follow along. Let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Starting with the opening again. I say again, I think we started with it last time. Yeah, I just say Magician's Bride because I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce Myas. Definitely a great opening, though. I don't know if I said that last time. I was having some issues at the time, if I remember correctly, of Windows Explorer crashing on my computer. That perfect timing. That height difference really would make kissing a bit awkward. Like, you'd have to pick her up or sit down or something. And that's not even taking into consideration the fact that he doesn't really have lips. Yeah, it has the OVAs all over again. So a bit of a flashback. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to spend 5 million pounds on a slave, you're going to take good care of it. Yeah, she's definitely the silent type. Where are we going? So basically a maid. Though we didn't know about the fairy part. That might be a lot slower than sending an email, but it's a lot cooler. His bride. Why not both? It was a long day. You will. You better read it. Silky would not appreciate it if you did not. I don't think he's a bad person either. Though there's still a lot we don't know about him. I had a feeling it was going to be about the marriage thing. I think it's safe to say they're in London now. I mean, he's not wrong. Well, it is fake. Of course. Gems B. That's an interesting name. Yeah, she's the one that sent the supplies and the OVAs. Not only that, he paid a lot of money for that apprentice. She really is, isn't she? All I did was bathe her. You probably could have done a better job of phrasing that. Kind of. And she's a mother, apparently. Hmm. Kind of mean to your daughter. I would not let that thing crawl on me like that. Let alone wrap around my neck. So the difference is one's more science-y. I would imagine. That thing is getting far too comfortable on her. Like a lily, for example. Only you would know. That's a lot more than just one flower. I guess if you can't remember your favorite, just make a bunch. Wonder if that's a memory from back before her mother hated her. Yeah, it's kind of his apprentice, not yours. I was wondering where he was this whole time. Yeah, she doesn't know she's a slave beggy. I don't remember what it was called. That's what it was, yeah, slave beggy. You didn't ask. It's a very pretty mess. What are you gonna use them for? Watching her work. Man, she's getting plenty of head pats from her. Chisa is kind of at the perfect height for that. But yeah, Chisa really hasn't been his apprentice for all that long, has he? So you can't really give him too much crap about not having taught her much. So are you, Chisa. So are you. Yeah. I've been waiting for you. Get the impression nobody likes him. I figured as much. Trying to see why nobody likes him. She's trying to protect Chisa from him. trying to steal a slave slash apprentice slash bride. Yeah, it's not your fault. He decided to take on an apprentice. The usual. What is this, a restaurant? She's like, why do people keep touching me? uh. A man does not joke about the honeymoon. So dragons are a thing. And you probably want to be careful around them. Man, everybody's trying to steal a slave. Fairies, dragons, priests. This escalated very quickly. You know, it's like an entire episode, very slow-paced, very mellow. And then that happens in the last 20 seconds. Jesus. Yes, yes you were. Looks like Chisa's gonna go on a bit of an adventure. So yeah, that was the second episode of Mahoutsukai no Yome. So yeah, this episode, Ellis brought Chisa to Angelica, and who did not yet know that Chisa was a slave beggy, which he did kind of find out the hard way when she had Chisa do a little task. But yeah, she created a whole bunch of crystal flowers and stuff because she recalled a memory of, one of the few times in her life when she was actually somewhat happy before her mother hated her, I suppose, and then died. She actually mentioned that her father was still alive. I wonder if that will ever come into play at some point. Maybe. This is a pretty lengthy anime. But yeah, that was roughly half the episode. In the second episode, a priest of the village showed up, pretty much for some paperwork or something for Elias to do, I guess, because he took on an apprentice. A priest that nobody seems to like. Silky was kind of wrapping her arms around Chisa, like, don't touch her, she's mine, kind of deal. Of course, he touched her anyway, pat her on his shoulder. Whereas Angelica rubs her head, and later a dragon straight up kidnaps her. Well, a dragon, and I think somebody was riding it. It all happened so quickly, to be honest. But yeah, it really, like I said, it was mostly a slow-paced, relaxing episode until that moment. So, yeah, apparently Chisa's gonna have some fun in that episode. And last episode, Chisa was almost kidnapped by fairies, so I am starting to wonder if this might become a trend in the show. Because Chisa is rare, like the slave beggy thing, that's a rare thing. A very expensive slave that he bought, so it would make sense that other people, other creatures would want her. So that does make me think this might be a more common thing. But yeah, we also got a little bit of an explanation on the difference between sorcery and magic. I don't know how much that's going to, be delved into over the course of the series, because we have mostly just seen, like, mages doing magic so far. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say on this one, so... Oh yeah, no, one more thing. Apparently, Elias can do a magic mask, like have a fake head, kind of like what Ainsworth from Overlord did when he was working with the other people in their group. And yet, when he bought Chisa, he had like a failure of a mask, really. So if he really wanted to hide his identity, not get monster comments, wouldn't he have done that then as well? I don't know. But anyway, let me know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of my reaction in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.